Lesson is on Python functions. We're going to define a function, give it a name, possibly have some inputs, and then return an output of the function. Let's jump right in by opening up the Jupyter notebook. I'll put a link to the source files in the video that you can click on to go to GitHub and be able to download those files. I'm going to come to desktop, and then where I've extracted my files, and open up lesson 6. Once this is open, you'll see some information about functions. So functions create modular code so that we can reuse parts of code with just different inputs. And we can use a function with just a single statement. And you can also create your own function in addition to using ones from packages that might be pip installed. You can create your own. You could even create your own class and pip installable package. Alright, so for the egg incubation example, display function can be used to display something like the current temperature, to print the current temperature and reuse this function over and over so you don't have to type out print current temperature, convert temperature to a string, and then add degrees Celsius. You could create a function that you start with DEF, which stands for define. We're going to define a new function, give it a name ctemp, the temperature in degrees Celsius, and then our input, it's going to change each time, is going to be the temperature that we put into this function. And then we can just say return, or we could return a statement like successfully printed the temperature. Now we're going to use the function twice with two different temperatures, and then it will print out current temperature 1 and 2. Alright, so let's go on to creating custom functions. We can create our own with the DEF statement. Don't forget about the colon there at the end, and then these parentheses right here show what are the inputs to our function. Alright, so here we have an example where now we have this function that we're going to create, and we're going to print a function, and don't forget to return. Okay, and it's just going to call the function with my function. Okay, if we leave off the return, it still works, but we could say return something like true, and then it will print the output of that function, which is true. Okay, so inside the function it's going to print function, it's going to return true, and then this is going to become the same thing as if I had just put true there. Okay, but I'm going to also call the my function. It's going to return that and then become true. Alright, we can also put values for the input right here inside the parentheses. So for example, we want to add two numbers together or multiply two numbers. We can, for example, put in 3 and 4, and this would become 3, this would become 4, and then it's going to multiply the two and return, it's going to return 12. Alright, here's our activity. We want to make a function that adds two values together, and you can choose the values or make them a user input. Okay, use the example above for help if you need it. Alright, so let's add something here. We're going to return 3 plus 4, and that's going to be 7. But let's say we want to put in different values. Then I'm going to return A plus B, and I don't have A and B. It's missing two required positional arguments, A and B. So I'm going to put 3 comma 4, and that's going to be 7. And then I could put 5 and 6, and it's just going to print the very last thing. So if I want to print both of those, I just have to encapsulate it in a print statement. There you go. I now have 7 and then the number 11. Alright, let's go on to TCLab functions, and we'll add a little bit to our source code for the project as well. So we have all of the different functions that we can use with TCLab. We can adjust the LED between 0 and 100. We have heaters as well, the Q2 and Q1 that we can adjust. So for example, if I turn on the heater 1 to 100%, there's the statement, and heater 1 to 0% here. And then we can also read the temperature values just by lab.t1 or lab.t2. You don't have any parentheses with those. And then when you want to close it, you do lab.close. And that shuts off the heater but doesn't shut off the LED. Alright, here's the activity. Use the LED at 70% and then turn it off after 10 seconds. Okay, so let's go ahead and fill this in. We need a percent here inside our function. We're going to call this function and do 70, and then I have a sleep. Okay, this is going to be how long the program is going to wait, and this will be in seconds, and then it will turn it off and then disconnect the kit. Let's just see this as I run it. I'll put this in the corner so I can see the LED turn on and off. Okay, and then Control Enter, and there you'll see the LED just turned on right here, and then it's going to wait for 10 seconds, and then this same LED is going to turn off. Okay, so there it is, it just turned off. Now we have another activity here. Use heater 1 lab.q1 at 40% and heater 2 lab.q2 at 80%. Use print to record the temperatures with lab.t1 and t2 after 10 seconds with time.sleep. Make sure to disconnect the heaters after you record the temperatures. Use the LED activity in the description above if you don't remember some of the functions. If the heaters don't turn off because of a bug in your code, unplug the cables. Okay, so they'll continue to heat up if you don't disconnect the lab. If you get errors while you run your code, check out the TCLab help IPython notebook for common errors, or search the frequently asked questions for troubleshooting. You can also read the description Jupyter gives you below your code to diagnose the problem. Alright, so let's go ahead and start just from this code right above it. Okay, it has some of the same functions that we're going to need. I'm just going to select that and then paste it here. And so in addition to the LED, let's go ahead and turn on the heaters. This is going to be Q1 and Q2. Alright, and this will be heater 1 and heater 2, but we don't want those at 70%. We're going to turn those on to 40% and 80%. We're going to sleep for 10 seconds just like we did before, and then we'll turn those heaters off and read the temperatures again. Okay, so to read the temperatures, let's go ahead and just turn on the LED to 100%, and then we'll turn it off right below, just to show when we finished reading those doing the heater. All right, and then let's have a print lab.t1 and lab.t2. And then we'll print those again right afterwards. Okay, so here it is. It's going to turn on. So it'll connect. And it'll have the heaters on to 40 and 80%. We're not going to see much of a temperature difference in that little of a time. And so the temperatures are about the same, but if we left it on for a little bit longer, something like 30 seconds, and then ran it again, it would heat up just a little bit more. Okay, so we're going to take some of this information that we learned about functions and how we put in 40 or 80 here, and then we're able to use this function as well to print out, be able to retrieve temperature 1 and temperature 2. We're going to go over to the project and do just a little bit more. Some of our code in the project is a little bit long. We're going to create some new functions, and especially for things that we repeat over and over again. Alright, I'm going to come down here to the final project, and we've been working on this a little bit. We created some storage here. These are NumPy arrays, or like lists. We're going to cover lists in a subsequent section. Alright, and then we have monitoring every second for 10 minutes. Now we could use a loop, or we could just copy this 600 times, either one. Let's go just create a couple of these. First of all, just show how we do it sequentially, and then we can add them in. Okay, then we can do it differently later. Alright, I'll go ahead and do these with sleep time in between them. Sleep for 1 second. Alright, but if I repeat this over and over again, I might make a function. So let's do that. Let's go ahead and create a new function, and I'm going to read temperature. And I'm going to say that this is going to be the cycle I. And so what I'm going to do now is in here, I'll go ahead and just say TS I is going to be lab T1. And then I will sleep for 1 second. Okay, make sure you indent it here in the function so you know that those statements are part of the function. And then I'll return. So now instead of doing that over and over again, I can say read temp at cycle 0, cycle 1, 2, 3. Okay, and then I could set it up in a loop later, but we'll cover those loops in just a little bit. Now I don't need this reading of the temperature. I'll put this as a description here, and let me just do 3. Let's see what I have. Is it 3? Oh no, it's going to be 3 of these. Okay, and then I can put some help in here, and this will be read temp, reads the temperature and pauses for 1 second. Okay, I'll run this, and it's going to connect. It'll turn on the LED, and it'll hopefully, oh, I have the 20-second sleep right here. I'll go ahead and take this away because we are now sleeping inside that function. Alright, let's go down. It should have finished the 20 seconds. Okay, so I've read every time 0, 1, 2, 3, and then put those values inside this storage because I said I wanted to store it in position 0, 1, 2, and 3. Alright, so there is an example of a function that we've built, and we're going to continue to work on this project. We'll clean up some of the different parts, especially when we learn about loops and lists and dictionaries and other things. Will make the code a little bit more compact. One of the other things we can do now is we can get some help on this function as well. We put some comment in there. If you put that at the very top of your function, I'm going to insert a cell below, and then if I do help read temp, okay, here is my help on function read temp. Read temp reads the temperature and pauses for 1 second. So we created a custom function even with a help function. Alright, that's it on functions for now. You can use ones that are already built in a module, or you can create your own.